Hello, everyone. Ooh, I'm in the chat and I see we have some people who are already in the chat. Welcome. I'm going to put my computer on Do Not Disturb because it always happens that, of course, as soon as I start a live, I get text messages from the family mostly. I hope everyone is doing well. I see that you're ready saying hello and letting me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. So welcome. I see Jennifer's here, Sam. Yeah, and let me know where you're from because as you know, 2024 is going to bring some in-person events where we can get together and paint. I have something really exciting for next fall that I have just started planning and I cannot wait to share it. So just so much more opportunity to paint and get creative and explore watercolor. Just wanting to see if everyone can A, see me okay, and B, hear me okay. Let me know in the chat. Jennifer and Kim, Deborah, and Jean, Emily, yay! So we've got Massachusetts, Arizona. Yeah, Deborah, it's today. For some reason, I had a reminder on my computer for yesterday too, so I was panicked today, hoping that I didn't mess up. So I've just come back from England. My son, as you most of you probably know if you have been following my stories and are in my Watercolors Made Simple group, my son has just started his master's of fashion journalism in London, England. So I stayed on an extended trip just to help get him settled and spend time with him because it'll be 15 months before he's finished his program. So that was really fun to do. And while I was there, the advanced copy of Watercolor Made Simple was available. So I picked it up from Quarto's head office, which, again, if you saw our email and in the VIP Facebook group, you'll have seen that very emotional moment where I got to look at my book for the first time and actually touch it. And I'm so excited to give you this sneak peek today. So thank you for being here and thank you for being on this VIP book launch team as I share more of the more personal side, I feel like, and behind the scenes a little bit of this book. And then we're going to paint together as a thank you just for being in this space and helping me celebrate and share this book. So that's really exciting. Oh, we've got someone from Ontario, Canada. Welcome, Kim. And Dee, hey Dee, nice to see you. It's amazing to see familiar people, and thank you, Emily, for that. You can hear and see okay. Familiar people who you've been in my online space for a few years, and I've been able to enjoy watching your creativity flow and flourish, and it's just really exciting to be able to have this space through technology and creating this connection, even though we haven't met in person. I'm hoping we will one day. Oh, it's great. I'm glad a bunch of you are able to join. So it's not a big group today. I know a lot of you weren't able to see. Oh, from Renfrew. Yay, from Ontario. There's a big group who weren't able to come in live today. So this live is going to be recorded and then added to my YouTube channel. So it will be made available to the public. But again, as VIPs, we get to hang out and chat and really enjoy to see the book firsthand, which is exciting. Hey, Marianne. Oh, amazing. Again, Nancy, Trisha, yay. Okay, yay. So again, I may just give a few minutes before I get into it, but excuse a few things. I am still jet lagged. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm going to hide my nails because they're really bad. I got a shellac when I was in England and I didn't have time to do anything about it. Like getting a haircut today, like all of those things when you've been away so long, the creature comforts of home, you really feel them and miss them. So I have just caffeinated, and again, I feel energized about today and showing you this. So this is really exciting. Amazing. Good, Trish. Good. I'm glad you figured out technology. Trish was trying to comment on her phone. Yes, Marianne is tuning in from Sweden. How amazing is that? How amazing. We've got New York in the house. So, so good. So I wanted to do this live again to do a flip through of the book. I want to show you the parts of it My thought process, again, if you've been in my space and you've taken Watercolors Made Simple, my foundational course, or any of my other classes, you know that I'm all about empowering you with information, but giving you freedom and exposing you to as much as possible. My philosophy around art is always paint what you love, use colors that you love, and you'll love what you paint more. When I put together classes and books, I try to create a variety, even if there are things that I maybe don't want to paint firsthand or necessarily want to explore more of. I want to be able to show you as much as possible in terms of variety of motifs and things like that to get you exposed to them, because maybe there are things that you love to paint and want to explore more of. So in Watercolor Made Simple, we're going to be painting, of course, botanicals. They have to be in there. We have a landscape and a lamb and a dragonfly. Trish, I'm sure you're going to be happy about dragonflies. So there is a really nice variety, but I set you up with a little bit of philosophy and, of course, technique, because even if you have painted with watercolor with me for a few years now, it's always good to review those techniques, because you come back to the approach with so much more experience and sometimes even with fresh eyes. So there might be something that you've picked up that will help you, maybe it just clicks and helps you through something that you're struggling in your practice. So maybe I should flip the camera so you can see the book. Should we do that? What do you guys think? Welcome, Fran from Florida. Yay. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to flip the camera so you can see the book firsthand, and I'll chat with you. For some reason, my picture-in-picture isn't working, so I might flip back and forth just so you can see my face as I'm showing you the book as well. So the beautiful thing about this book, I am a big tactile texture person. So the cover is actually treated so that there's, I don't know if you can see the texture. Ooh, and there is that little bit of sheen on parts of the book too, but it actually feels like watercolor paper. It's just such a joy to hold, and I imagine you taking it with you and hopefully painting as you're out and about and exploring watercolors. So look at all the photos. Oh, there's me. We don't want to see me. We can see me anytime. So I start with a little bit of why I love watercolor and show you a little bit of a sneak peek of my studio, of course. A little bit more about supplies. Now, I had someone ask me about the colors that I used for the book. I'm going to go over those so that you can see them. So these are all the colors, and these are only the colors that I used for the entire book. So I wanted to keep it simple. I brought in some of my favorites and what I feel is a nice variety. So there are parts of it that I feel like maybe the color isn't true to the colors. Here, let me show you actually. When I swatched, so you can see they're pretty close, but again, sometimes with printing, it doesn't always get exact, but those are the colors that we use. So I talk a little bit about practice. I talk about your perfect watercolor puddles. There are illustrations, there are photography, instructions, again, just to help support you. And another amazing thing that my publisher did was there's a tutorial. You can even take a pic of that right now, and it'll take you to a video. There isn't any instruction in terms of me talking, but you'll see me demonstrating what's in the book in terms of the instruction. So this is throughout the technique part of the book, which is really cool. And then I talk about swatching, of course. So all the beginning parts of the book is exactly what you need as a refresher, as instruction for brush control, etc. We even do some color mixing as well. And then that gets you ready for the bulk of the book, and that is painting all of these projects. So I don't want to show you every single one. You can see them here actually, because I want there to still be some fun and mystery to what you're going to be able to paint in the book with me. But I start off really simple. So the staff there, which was amazing, but you'll get exact step-by-step process with instruction for what to do. And then even in some situations, I've given you different colorways that you can look at just to get your juices flowing. So this wreath example, paint one for the fall. That's the season we're in. You can paint one for Christmas, and I can show you in the next section what to do with these wreaths. Maybe even paint one that could be for an invitation, a greeting card, you name it. Okay, I'm gonna do just a random flip. Of course, we have to paint mushrooms because mushrooms are so fun to do. They're, again, a really nice project to work on your value scale and creating shadow and depth, which I talk about it. So at the beginning of each painted project, I tell you a little bit about either why I included it. I'm going to flip cameras for a second. I talk to you a little bit about why I included that project or what it is that I liked about that painting project, and just to give you a little bit of setup before you start painting it. And of course, I encourage you to paint every single one because that creates, again, that practice, that muscle memory. And sometimes you don't know if you actually enjoy painting that subject matter or motif until you actually try. So it's just really good practice to try. There are things that I thought that I wouldn't enjoy painting. Honestly, the lamb, I really wanted to include it in the book. I didn't expect to enjoy painting it as much as I did. When he started coming together, I'm going to see if I can find him. It was really exciting for me. So I was happy that I included that project in the book. Anybody have any questions while I'm on this? Hello from Brooklyn, yay. Awesome, so glad, Laura. Yeah, so good. And again, I feel like to have everything in a book format, it's just something that's tangible you can take with you. So you can get a stack of paper, get your watercolor supplies, sit down with a book. You don't have to worry about Wi-Fi, your computer, technology, and you can really use it as a tool to help inspire you, to help you grow, and to have fun with. And if you, again, have been in my space, you know I love books. I rely on them. I buy old books. I'm going to do a haul that I'm going to share on YouTube of what I picked up in the UK. And you might think it's all art supplies, and I just went crazy in antique shops and in bookshops. I did mudlarking. If you don't know what that is, you'll have to watch the next video. I'll chat about that. Yeah, so that's... Oh, welcome, Karen. You just got here. Which one's my favorite project? It's the one that we're going to paint together as my thank you for being on this very special VIP team. It's a very good one. And I just saw it, Emily. There's teacups. I'm not going to show you what I'm flipping through. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I'll flip it here. Mudlarking, yes. Oh my God. Treasure hunting, and I'll have to share the story. I'm not going to share it today because we're going to get sidetracked, and you know I get sidetracked easily. Let me flip. So this is my favorite. I actually, don't tell my mom, I just got a tattoo of the sparrow on my arm. A little one. It's very, very sweet, but it's just really symbolic. So again, the swallow. When I pick projects, sometimes I look at just even the meaning behind them. I love vintage. You know that in my space. If you've been in my space, there's the dragonfly. Again, so much variety. Very simple landscape. I want you to just approach it and work on, again, your value range. Again, very simple window box. I did this loosely and quickly. I don't want these projects to all be very difficult for you. I want you to have ease and joy. There is the lamb as well. And again, I feel like I showed you more than I wanted to with the painting projects. Okay, so after you've painted the 15 new paintings, you are going to be inspired with some paper crafting. So again, I want you to use your paintings, whether you're sharing them and you're brave enough to share them, whether you want to maybe make greeting cards, or you're going to find that you'll have a stack of paintings. I've actually just been clearing out my studio as well. You can see the stack back here. That is the book in progress. It really was crazy to see. I'm going to show you how the book started. This is what planning looked like for every single page of the book. And then that's just the paper portion of it. I've got some stuff on my desk too. But I want you to recycle and use your paintings that you have been working on. I know they start to stack up, and I know You're probably wondering, like, what do I do with them? So I included a paper crafting section in the book that I hope will inspire you to have some fun with some of the paintings that you're working on. So the swallow becomes a really beautiful, simple gift tag. So you can do this with any of the painting projects. You can cut out the silhouette of what you're painting. So this is the feather. Again, this can become a gift tag, but it also, I have actually coated them with the finishing spray, which again, I share in the book, and I gift them as a bookmark. So you can use them as a gift tag for gifts, but then recycle them. People love when you give them your art. I think it's sometimes, especially if you're new, if you are sharing your art, you might be thinking, oh my God, I don't know if it's good enough, or I don't know if they'll like it, or I don't know if I should share it. I'm telling you, anyone who is a recipient of your art is going to be in awe. They are going to be so happy to receive that very personal, thoughtful gift of art. So please, I hope you find the courage and the inspiration to share it with others, because it will be positively received. I guarantee it. Amazing. Good, Dee. I'm so glad. Yay. Thank you, Sam. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are excited. Again, this I feel like was all of last year for me in terms of writing and planning and styling and painting. So then here I even show you a little bit about framing. So I talked to you about how I frame my pieces and just the variety, and again, just to get your creative juices flowing. And then the last part of the book, I was adamant about giving you the line drawings, because again, I want to remove the struggle of not being able to draw, because you know that is real, and sometimes that will stop us from actually sitting down to paint. So the beauty is you'll have them in the book, so you can use tracing paper, you can use a light box if you have one, but then I also wanted to give you bigger versions. So again, a QR code, which is brilliant. I was so happy the publisher came up with that. But with the QR code, you get a full-size page version of every single line drawing. So it comes in a PDF, you can download it, you can print them, and then that way you've got two size options for if you want to be able to trace the line drawings, okay? And then that's it. That's it. Oh, let me again, you don't need to see that. So that is Watercolor Made Simple. What do you guys think? I know it's still a bit of a wait. They've pushed back the publication date to November 21st. I messaged yesterday making sure that they weren't going to change the date on me again. I'm hoping they don't, but they assured me, they said, no, it should be on the 21st. If you're getting notification of a later date, so I think 20th to 23rd maybe is when Amazon is saying they'll deliver, just to cover their tracks. But if you get anything later, please send me an email, because it shouldn't be later than that. I know someone had commented on YouTube about a January date, and it should not be January. Okay, so let me see if there's any comments before I talk about color. Yeah, I'm so glad you do. I'm so glad. Like, I just want it to be easy. Oh, I'm so glad, Melinda. Yeah, I wanted it to, I want it to be easy and different and inspiring and fun and educational. I want it to be all of those things. Like, I'm hoping you have this book for a while, and you share it and you use it, and maybe have friends join you and paint along with it. Like, how fun would that be? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I don't want today to be super long, so I'm going to go for another 10 minutes, but I want to show you the colors so you guys can get ready for when the book arrives. So yes, this the color palette is on the website, but I do want to go through the colors because someone did email me asking me about them. So in the book, I had put primary yellow. I used Winsor yellow. So if you are going to Winsor Newton or wherever you're shopping, it doesn't even need to be Winsor Newton. I love the Winsor Newton Professional line. You know that. I love the pigment quality. I love the predictability. It is the light fastness. It is going to last forever. So those aspects are really important to me. But I want to show you the colors so that you're very clear for when you're out shopping. So Winsor yellow is what I used. You can use a primary yellow, a lemon yellow. Again, use what you have available to you, and always shop in your within your budget. Okay, I don't want you to worry too much about blowing the bank. You can add better quality. I'm going to flip the camera for one sec. You can always add better quality tools and supplies as you go. Maybe the two things, I'm going to say the two things that I recommend you spending a little bit more on. A is your brush, because your brush will last you forever. So if you can spend a little bit more money on your brushes, wash them, lay them flat to dry, take care of them. You pay the price once and they will last you forever. Paper is another thing. I start you on Canson and Watercolors Made Simple because I want you to paint and I don't want you to worry about how expensive or precious the paper is. Upgrade to cotton as you go, or use the Canson for practice and then cotton for your actual painting projects, okay? And then pigment is important still. Like, it's a trifecta, right? When you have all three tools or supplies in the best quality you can, your painting experience will be that much more elevated. But you can always add your paint tubes as you go, because maybe there are colors that I use that you don't like. I love muted. I use a lot of water in my watercolors so that my watercolor paintings are more muted. The Apple project I feel is a bit more punchy. That's just my style. Maybe there are colors here in this palette that you don't love that you want to switch around. So don't worry about buying every single tube. Use what you have, and then when you paint it once, you can decide if you want the color that I've shown or if you prefer the color that you used, okay? Yeah, do it with your granddaughter. Oh my God. And then please share with me. Tag with me. Oh, I would love that. Okay, yeah. Jackie, I can't wait for you to get it too. Okay, back to the colors. So yellow ochre, a staple. I highly recommend it, actually. There are going to be colors that I'll say, yes, 100%. So I did burnt umber and raw umber. So you can mix a burnt umber by just adding a bit of red, but I love the woody tones and then the little bit of reddish tone that burnt umber offers. So I included them both, and it was strategic. I did it for a reason, because I didn't want you to worry about more advanced color mixing, if that makes sense. So then permanent rose would be like my primary red. So that permanent rose, you can use even a magenta. That is definitely a color you would use for your color mixing, so your color wheel, which we do again. So I'm hoping you do your color wheel practice with me in this book, even if you've done it with me previously or in a class. Work on your color mixing, because sometimes, again, there's stuff that clicks that maybe you didn't get the first time around, okay? Permanent alizarin crimson is another color that I used, again, just for a punchier, deeper red. The permanent rose is a little bit cooler. The permanent alizarin crimson has a little bit more warmth to it, meaning a little bit of yellow, okay? Green Cold, it is a color that I've just recently fallen in love with. I love just how gold and gorgeous it can be when it's transparent. And even you can see the ring around here. I used quite a bit of water. It got a little bit of blooming. I really love, again, even how dark and opaque it can get as well. But I love when it's transparent. And get to know these colors. Do your color stories. Do your swatching. I'll even show you something that I've done recently. Actually, no, I'll save it for my next video, which is that unboxing, or my haul from England. So permanent sap green. I think I may have just put sap green in the book, but permanent sap green is what I used. It's a very common color between different manufacturers, so you should be able to find that no problem. I'm just going to move this up a little bit. And then we have Cobalt Turquoise Light. I've had this tube for a while, so I'm hoping you can find a turquoise that is similar. Again, I really love it, especially next to browns and even a Payne's Gray, which is one of my favorite colors. So it's a good to have, but is not essential if you can't find it, okay? So there are a few blues that I love. So French Ultramarine has a little bit of a purple undertone to it. I really love this for water. Beautiful, actually, for water. Windsor Blue in the green shade, or there's a red shade. Green shade apparently is the one that is the primary blue. So kind of, I think, a cobalt blue or a cerulean blue. I think cobalt blue is comparable, but there is also a red shade, so it just has a little bit more of a purpley undertone, but I use the green shade in the book. Prussian blue, another one of my favorite to paint skies and also water. I really love how inky Prussian blue is. And then, of course, my beloved Payne's Gray, which is a really great color that you can use to deepen some of the colors in your color palette. So I hope this helps so you can get ready. You can even swatch them, play around with mixing them so that you get to know the color palette for the Watercolor Made Simple book. Okay. So does anyone have any questions that you want to ask me? We've got a little bit of time. Again, I didn't want to make this too long. Belated birthday present to yourself. Happy belated birthday, Laura. When was your birthday? Because mine was just a few weeks ago as well. I didn't want to make this too long. So again, this private session where we can chat and you can ask questions is for my book launch VIPs. So if you're on live with me, you are part of that VIP group, which is exciting. If you're watching the replay, welcome and thank you for spending the time in my flip through. For my VIPs, I want to ask you what, or actually not what, because I decided what we're going to paint together as my thank you. When would you like that painting session to happen? Would you prefer, and I want you to comment in the chat today, whoever is here, and we'll probably send out an email about it. So would you prefer to paint with me? So after the book comes out, after you've had a chance to go through it, I'm hoping that you will leave a review because that actually really helps with the books getting more recognition, book retailers picking it up. So wherever you buy the book, anytime you leave a review, especially on Amazon, that tells other retailers, yes, this book is, one that we should talk about. So after you've done that, my thank you for taking your time to do that, and an honest review. I really want it just to be your personal take on the experience with painting with the book. I want to thank you with a painting session, and it's just for my VIPs. So if you are watching the replay and you want to be a book launch VIP, there's information on lifebydesign.com for that. Oh my God, mine was October 6th. You can't do this, I get distracted. Happy belated birthday, Jean. Oh my gosh, our birthday is the exact same day. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, that just blew me away. Sorry. I get distracted if you, again, have been in this space. Oh my gosh, we'll have to talk about how old you are and all of that. So where was I? Oh yes. And then would you like to paint that session or have that painting session be before the Christmas holidays, or would you like to do it in the new year as like a bit of a fresh start? And if so, I have an idea around that too. So you let me know what you prefer. The book launch is November 21st. I can plan something for like the second week of December to give you about 3 weeks or so, or do you want to wait until like early in the new year, maybe that first week? We can paint together my favorite project from the book. We can enjoy that session, and then maybe that inspires you to set an intention for the new year to paint more and explore watercolors more. So let me know what you think. Okay. And I bet you it's going to be like divided in half. December. Oh my gosh, Gretchen, that's so cool. I know one person who is the same day as me, but a few Libras in early October, which is cool. Early New Year, before Christmas, New Year. Okay, so it sounds like there might be a little bit of both. So I think what I'll do, VIPs, is I'm going to get an email ready and we will send it out, and I'll just maybe we can do a little poll or something and we can see what works. And then I was thinking we'll do like a Saturday so that as many people as possible, because this is a very small group in our larger group. So maybe we'll do it on a Saturday. We can paint together, explore the book and paint my favorite project. And maybe I'll even put a twist on it. So we'll make it a little bit unique and fun. Okay. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for being in this space. Unless anyone has a question, thank you for celebrating with me. Thank you for continuing to learn with me. I know throughout my years of art, I've taken a number of in-person classes, online classes, and I know as you progress and you grow, your instructors and your coaches and whoever you're learning from changes. There are a bunch of you, I see Dee's name pop up in the chat. There's a bunch of you who have been here a long time, who are always, I'm going to get emotional, who are always so supportive of whatever I put out. And I'm excited to still be on this creative journey with you and to enjoy and be inspired by you, just be inspired by your growth and your enthusiasm to continue to put work like the book out and classes and brushes. I've got new brushes. Oh my gosh, there's so much, but I don't want to talk about that. But just thank you. Thank you for celebrating with me. It is a huge accomplishment and a really wonderful experience so far with getting this book together and just being in this space. So I wish I could give you all hugs and have you just celebrate with me in person, but we'll do it online for now, and then we'll see what 2024 holds. But schedule a bit of time in the fall. I've got something so fun planned. It's coming out soon though. Thank you again. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. If you're watching on the replay, enjoy. And if you need more information about the book you haven't pre-ordered, it's lifeidesign.com, and then you'll see the page there. If you haven't submitted your address with proof of purchase for the publisher to send you a signed book plate, I would do that as soon as possible. Apparently there's only a small number left. So if you want one, that's great. And if not, maybe I can sign your copy in person. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Thank you again, everyone. It's so nice. Thank you, Marianne and Jackie and Karen. Oh my gosh, so many familiar faces and names. Thank you again. Enjoy, and I will see you next time.